Hello, everybody. Welcome back. I have a special guest today. He's eating a bunch of tater tots and he's loving life right now. Say your name.
Matt.
Yes, this is my friend Matt from New York. He's here this weekend, and we are going to be talking about an album that we have both listened to and pretty much enjoyed. So,
Yeah.
what are we talking about?
We're talking about Cool Patrol by Ninja Sex Party.
Awesome. Yeah, so I've talked about an album by them before. I talked about their Under the Covers too. But if you don't know who they are, it's a duo with Dan Lee Avedon and Brian Wecht.
Danny Sex Brian.
Yep. Danny Sexbang and Ninja Brian. So
Well, now they're back. I think Twerp is officially part of it.
that's what I was going to say as well. So different from the previous albums that they have done, they have a band called Tupperware Remix Party backing them up. So they have actually a full guitar, full bass, drums, and everything.
So piano, not just by Ninja Brian.
Yes. So they have a lot of people on this, and it sounds like a much fuller album from their previous three. So technically, they've done 6 albums up to date with the 2 Under the Covers albums, but there's also Not Safe for Work, there's Strawberries and Cream, and there is Attitude City. I've only really listened to Attitude City and then the Under the Covers, and listened to a lot of their singles. I think you were the one who got me onto them, probably.
No, that was probably Jeff.
It might have been Jeff. But great comedy group with a lot of an 80s flair to them.
Oh yeah, it's like definitely a blend of like comedy with 80s glam, which like Danny Sexbang talks about.
Yeah. So let's go into the album and talk a little bit about it. What were your first thoughts?
I really like Danny, Don't You Know? I'm a big fan of when comics get funny while being genuine, and I thought that was arguably their strongest original song that they've ever done. It's like one of my favorites, and then it's also a really fun video to watch too.
Yeah, I agree. I think Danny Don't You Know is my favorite song. It goes deep into something that's from their past, about the fact that they weren't necessarily the most popular kids, but it's a love letter to himself from the future, being like, hey, you're going to be better. Everything's going to be fine. It's kind of like an anthem to all the nerds and geeks out there. And they even throw their little twist in at the end in the bridge, where they're making fun of Danny crying all the time, which is great.
It cries and cries and cries and cries. Dun, dun, dun. All right, let's keep going.
Yeah, exactly.
Did you see the Conan video?
Oh yes, Conan. That was fantastic.
And how like Brian had the sign of DANNY. He is not afraid to cry.
Yes.
And then just seeing Danny. In
But it's
real
also
time.
upside down.
Oh yeah, I think Conan thought that was a mistake. I was like, no, that's part of the joke. Fuck you. I loved just Danny in real time being like, yeah, what? He's like, wait, hold on, what's going on?
But that's why I think we both love this band, is that they can make fun of themselves a lot, and they can still touch a lot of people. It's really cool. It's a comedy album. I don't do a lot of comedy albums. Not that I don't like them, but to me, sometimes they feel a little bit formulaic in terms of, we're going to throw these particular types of songs out there. But I think what I love about this album in comparison to some of their last stuff is that this particular album feels a little bit more diverse in sound, where you get a song like Mansion Party where it's a little bit more funky, and then you get a song like Danny Don't You Know, which is a ballad, and then you get a more of a like medieval song with the Mermaid song. It's just all over the place. It has a lot of interesting things. You even get a 1-minute interlude, GFY, which is a marching band song.
I think that's one of the things that like is a very signature them move. That doesn't make sense, but I think that's like one of their signatures, like the interludes, because like the interludes are pretty good. Like I love the intro. The outro is good too, and then I like when Brian goes to soccer practice.
It's a 30-second interlude.
12 seconds.
And it's literally just him going to soccer practice and killing everybody.
Murdering literally everyone.
Yeah, it's great. The interludes are fun. I will say, like, the intro and outro doesn't really change up that much from their previous albums. It's still Danny talking to the audience, being like, welcome to the album. And
That's their signature, though. I think that's fine. They don't.
Yeah, it's not. Like, that's not a problem.
They don't need to reinvent the wheel with that
Right.
one.
But if you're looking for something different with the intro and outro, you're not going to, but that's totally fine.
It's a calling card. I think it's kind of like when Weird Al does the polka mashups. Like, yes, I know that they sound similar, but, like, he's also a comedian, and, like, that's the bit. The fact that it's polka pop songs, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Their intro and outros, yeah, they might be similar, but they're also comedians.
Mm-hmm.
That's the bit. And it's a good bit. It works. So I think them having to, like, somehow progress, I don't think that's necessary, because, like, it's already something different that no one else, at least that, to my knowledge, does. So, like, I don't think they need to, it's going to be vast and different. It's like, no, it's already different enough.
So, Matt here has some subs at UCB, which is where Dan and Brian went to for comedy. I guess you could touch a little bit on more of the comedy side. Like, what makes this particular album stand out more of not just in their discography, but also out of like other comedy groups.
I mean, they have a pretty good game where Ninja Brian, he just kills everyone, and Dan, he's just very over the top, while at the same time self-deprecating in his sexuality. And, like, that's pretty funny. It's just a fun juxtaposition, because Dan is so fucking ridiculous. Like, he's just bananas, and then Ninja Brian just is so stoic, and he just kills you.
I mean, that's it's perfectly on. What is it? The song about the Danny's crafting a love novel, and he's doing the chapter 1, and it's just like talking about nuts, and then it's like, no, but peanuts are legumes, and it's like, Brian, this is sexy. I've done this before. I've had this situation multiple times. And then, like, Brian just keeps getting angrier. And then he goes to the end of the chapter, and it's like, and they all were in a bathtub of sex, and except for Brian, because Brian's stupid and ugly. And then he's like, not the piano! And it's like,
oh, those are my favorites. I love them so much. Like, I love from their earlier stuff when they do stuff together. Dan would be like, come on, Ninja Brian, where's that smile? And Ninja Brian doesn't change, he goes, there it is.
Stuff like that. It's very wacky. You got the over-the-top Danny Sexbang, who is this quote-unquote love guru and love aficionado, but also seems like he doesn't get anything. And then Ninja Brian, who is killing everybody in every song. If you watch any of the music videos, he's killing everybody. It's a fun pair. Some of my favorite songs on there are probably Cool Patrol. I love the feel of that. I love the little interlude with the piano solo. And it's just really funky. I love Danny Don't You Know. I love Release the Kraken. It's so stupid, but it has this awesome 80s metal feel. A lot of fun songs. I will say it's not like a very in-depth album. You're not getting a lot of very interesting arrangements, but you're getting a lot of really fun songs and really funny ideas. And that's why I love this song so much. Compared to Attitude City, I think it's a much more cohesive album. Yeah, it doesn't have 6969, which was an incredible song, but all together, it's a really great album. The one downside I would say is that, and I don't know if you've ever noticed this, but the Food in the Shower, they do this thing on the chorus where he just like goes through so many words that you can't really understand what he's saying, and I feel like sometimes the punchline isn't set up the right way because he's just blabbering and blabbering on the chorus, and it's like, I can't understand what you're saying. But that only happens once, where on previous albums I feel like that has happened.
What album are you referencing?
I'm just talking about like earlier work. I can't think of anything off the top of my head, but it's just, I've noticed other songs that they have done where it just is like really, really long-winded choruses with a lot of words, and then it's really hard to understand exactly what is going on. Like, you eventually get the punchline. It's like, oh yeah, the mariachi band is like in the shower too, and like don't trip on them. But like, it just felt like they're setting up so many things really quickly that it just doesn't work. And that happens when you're doing like a 3-minute song or a 2-minute song.
In my opinion, that just happens a lot in comedy. Like, sometimes too much just happens, which, like, that is what it is. I will say my critique of it is it kind of ends a lot worse than it begins. Like, it doesn't, like, maybe that's just like a thing with music. Sometimes it ends really strong, sometimes it doesn't. But like, I just thought overall the beginning was significantly stronger than the end. The end was kind of like,
I agree. House Party, Mermaid Song, all of them aren't that great.
I really like Cool Patrol. I love Cool Patrol so much. And then you shake your funky body, you shake it all around. I love it. I think it's good. Mom, I do think Cool Patrol is really good. I just really like how it starts. Cool Patrol, and then Orgy for one, and then Danny Don't You Know.
Yep.
And then I think after that is the Kraken.
Yep.
I think it's a really strong beginning. The Kraken is interesting for me because I enjoy it, but at the same time, this is my problem with Ninja Sex Party. I think sometimes they get a little too corny with like the sex bits or just their bits in general, where it's like, nuts, am I right? And
right.
I'm like, that's not funny.
I will say though, on that line, I do love the sweet talking song where he's like, "I'm gonna nibble down your sglorp," and just like,
oh, that was kind of that one for me is kind of like the Kraken, where it's like corny, but at the same time,
right. There are some ones where they're just setting it up just to set it up, like the Kraken. It was like, "Release the Kraken." Hi, I'm the Kraken, and it's like,
oh, I like that.
Or like the I will say
I got a bell.
I will say from the House Party one,
Ding,
what
ding, ding.
I really like is that they're setting up this idea of a panda attack That's gonna
Oh
happen.
yeah, yeah.
It's just like you're going into a house party and then it's like, oh yeah, we're gonna watch two pandas fight, and then oh my god, run for your life! There's pandas everywhere. It's fun. It's a really fun album. It won't probably be in my like top 10 albums of the year, but it's if you like comedy, if you like 80s feel,
This is such a good fucking album. I
it's
like it a
yeah,
lot.
you're gonna love that. There is one poppy song I would say, and it's Heartboner. That one feels the most poppiest out of all of them.
I thought it was gonna be a callback to No Reason Boner, and it wasn't. I was really bummed about it.
But other than that, it's a lot of 80s feel with some funk in there. It sounds
that's absolutely what they go for too.
it sounds great with a full band. Definitely check it out if you have not.
Check out Twerp's stuff. Twerp's stuff is fucking awesome.
That too, and also check out Starbomb. Check out all their works. There's a lot of really good stuff between this group, and they're going to be doing a lot more. They even have a Starbomb 3 coming out, and then Under the Covers 3 is coming out next year. So that is our time. I have to get this one back to the South Station. But thank you so much for watching. If you do like this video, of course, give us a like. If you like the album, give it a like. Tell me what you love or hate about this album. Subscribe to my channel, share this with your friends, and just keep on watching my videos. But until then, this is The Music Fan, and this is Matt, signing off.
But